Good evening. Today it's 1st of November 2023, and it's Wednesday, middle of the week. And everybody knows, like in the economic wise, the most expected meeting will be about an hour or 50 minutes later. We will hear Jerome Powell come out, and no, he won't come out first. He will make a declaration. It will be read, and everybody will try to read what's between the lines of they are saying. It's highly expected that they will at least skip doing the increase in the interest rate, and they will be claiming that the already bond rates are taking care of it. However, bond rates came down today, about 0.15 each. So maybe they should increase the interest rates. Markets are okay. We are talking about 5% and another 25 basis points, basically, if they decide to do it. So what the 5% didn't do, what good will be the another 0.25 will do? But that's not an issue. I mean, that's why markets use this information, these meetings. So nobody in reality takes it seriously, the 0.25 increase. And then after half an hour after this announcement, he will come out and request the questions. He will reply. Even if he doesn't show up, I can reply. I already know all his replies. It's always same thing. We will use all the tools available if things get out of hand. And we have a firmly decision about the 2%. So we are not budging from there, although it's 4% at the moment. That part he won't say, of course. So I made this English video because at this time, because around in 50 minutes at 9 o'clock p.m. Turkish time, I know almost everyone in the world will start making videos about the Fed meeting. So I wanted to. Normally, I make my videos, Turkish videos, in the morning. This one I saved for tonight. So let's see how the markets are behaving right before we go into this meeting in an hour. Okay, as I see, the rates and the other information are as follows. First of all, the U.S. PMI came with the worst falling. In September, it fell 2.3 points to 46.7. That's production is extremely bad situation, and this is the longest streak, the worst highly drop in the U.S. production. We had similar results from China, and today also from Turkey. So this is what I call recession start, okay? So first the production start, orders are gone, so people must be ready for the recession. Recessions are not learned like at the moment they come, because they are, as I mentioned before, it takes roughly 2 quarters, 6 months to say that, yes, you are in recession. Even now they changed it, just like they changed the definition of inflation. In 1960s, definition of inflation was the monetary expansion in an economy. If you look at it, if you can find a dictionary that old, like Webster's, you'll see it's the definition of inflation is the expansion of money supply, monetary base. Then they changed it. They said, not the monetary base, the price changes in the economy. Okay, so now they are talking about the result of inflation, not the inflation itself. So this is similarly, but nowadays everything is softened. They are using fabric softener. So before, you call the people who lost their jobs, who were kicked out of their jobs. Today I learned another very big company worth $47 billion few years ago. WeWork is applying for bankruptcy in the USA, and its stocks dropped by 50% at this time. Also, beauty supplier Estee Lauder is big losses, so its stocks went down hugely. I can't see any relation, but maybe there is a competition for the beauty supplies from some other person, because luxury goods were being spent more than even before, because people were getting bored, so everybody was using makeup. uh, Now, besides women, we know some men are using makeup, so there must be a good, very good market for consumers. So, secondly, uh, we have problems in Turkey at this time. It's now 8 o'clock p.m. The Turkish Airlines suspended their flights from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So it's still like another 2 hours to go due to network problems. But of course, was kind of suspicious for me. Reason being, right at the time this announcement was made, Turkish Airlines declared their profits. So by seconds, this happening, and I know the area is causing big attraction to the war in Israel. So they are gathering, like the Iranian president today is announced to come and visit Turkey. So they are forming some sort of a unity. Today also, Jordan pulled back their minister, no, consulate from Israel. So Middle East, you know the Yemen and Houthis and Tutsis, they are already declared war. We don't know how they're going to make a war from such a distance. They are at the end of the Saudi Arabian peninsula, and Israel's way up. Russians are issuing some declarations. I noticed they are saying the Gaza war was unpurposely started, and they pointed a couple of reasons for that. Israel wants to capture Gaza area. Why? It's a gas area. They say, they are claiming there are big gas oil fields, and they need to capture that area to make shipments to Europe directly from Israel. And the new declared in India, as you remember, a new Silk Road was from the sea, and then going to land in after crossing the Strait of Hormuz, and that will plan to go through Israel to directly to Europe through Cyprus, bypassing Turkey and Iran, and the Silk Road. Most of you young people will not know. Before, just like NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, there was another treaty organization called CENTO. It was written CENTO. So I will see in which countries were part of the CENTOS. This was Central Treaty Organization, okay, and it was also called Baghdad Pact. And Turkey, Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, and United Kingdom were part of the Central Treaty Organization. But due to the big plans, this pact was cancelled in. They left this pact, and after Iraq left it first in 1959. Then after Iraq's leaving, the center was taken to Ankara, and on 1959 it became named as CENTO instead of Baghdad Pact. So if you want to see, you can read from what was it, the encyclopedias. You can read from research encyclopedias. So in the end, it was recently I'm just reading. They made many developments, regional cooperation for development, RCD, and this and that. And after 1967 Arab-Israel war, CENTO was told, and they condemned the Israel attack, 1967, and they supported the United Nations rule. I'm translating as I'm reading it, and they supported to stay at the Jerusalem status not to be changed. So in 1975, Iran went to single party, 1977. And so basically, to come to an end, Pakistan left CENTO in 1979. And finally, in 9 April 1979, CENTO was completely vanished, destroyed. And so Iraq and Iran, and you know what happened all in all those countries. So now this Russian line I read, what they believe, this is a way to form the harbors for shipping lanes and pumping gas to Europe directly through this, and also completing the Silk Road. Russia destroying this agreement. So it's normal that they meet. So I mean, this is what's behind what Russians say. I'm not sure. I have the source I read from Russian strategy in Twitter. So this is the reason behind. They are saying this attack was organized and is not stopping. It's continuously until they can push the Gaza section to the seaside, is continued on purpose. Okay, so we will see where this goes. When it's economic realities, I can tell you, once the reason the Syria, the Qatar had the biggest natural gas lines. They wanted to pass them through, north through Syria to Europe. It's all the market is in Europe. So the Russia blocked the Syria. They became friendly with Assad, and they blocked the passage to Europe from Qatar. So on the opposite, the West took their revenge. They started the war in Ukraine, okay, to block the Russian gas pipelines passing to Europe. So uh, hundreds and thousands of people died just because of energy. Okay, so I'm not talking about small investors at the moment. I'm just telling you the big picture. So this big picture, if it turns into a full-fledged war just to arrange these agreements, and people start taking sides, separate sides, then we will see what will be the outcome of this. Very dangerous, because gold prices can no way stand around these prices. It's not just gold, of course. It's human lives are and extraordinary. And today, the German defense minister made a declaration: European people should get used to war. Now, this is very. And today also another area bombed, and one commander I read, he's declaring, and if it's not an artificial intelligence or anything, they said we saw one Hamas person, so we bombed the whole area. Another 100 people died, but we just do that. We don't care type. So this is further than just taking revenge of what's happened. This has more implications than just the revenge, I tell you. So similarly, like I said, the Turkish airline problem may be just a glitch in the computer system for 3 hours, this and that. But when it's at matches with another instance, then you get curious and suspicious. Maybe it's for nothing, but I get suspicious. So similarly, this India thing and all these things, when combined, you can see there is a big fight of interest from Asia routes to Europe. Who will be the leader of this economic route? So it's dangerous in that sense. as a smaller investors, now we can go back to my subject. We can protect ourselves during this type of times by securing our investments rather than going for more profits in the stocks exchange, this and that. We must be careful in distributing our investments. They can be in oil, they can be in, I'm not advising anything, I'm just telling which items are most durable during a case of a war. Commodity, all kinds of commodities, including gold, silver, and other products, plus petroleum is essential energy. Uh, so these are protective nature items. You cannot carry gas and oil or barrels with you, but the gold you can. Silver is also a bit bulky for that, but gold is, one kilo of gold is $60,000. So at least you can take out easily $120,000, in just kilobars. So and right now, we will see what's going to be the outcome of this meeting, which is nothing to do at the moment with the war, but it has something to do with the 10-year, 20-year, 30-year U.S. government bonds. If they fall, normally depends more rather than on the 9 o'clock announcement. I think if right questions asked to Jerome Powell, we may get some idea of what the future looks like in December. I know December is like half holiday, starting with the Christmas and the Thanksgiving and then through Christmas. So we can expect again things to get real hot until October in the middle of winter. So in the meantime, what I am saying, just protect your assets. Don't look for huge profits. Just look for safe haven assets, okay? And people who are in the stock exchange making their living by selling stocks, they will always tell you this is the perfect time to buy. Or the other, some of them will say, don't even stay there. Don't even touch the stocks with a 10-foot pole. So they are both economics people, so economists or economic people. So it's better not listening to either one of them, and be very small part you can keep in there, you just want, because opportunities always come. They don't end just in 2-3 months, okay? So I would rather stay aside, and the interest rates are very high anyway. So put your money in the interest rates. At least instead of getting all these big problems, just put it in US government bonds, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. Then you can decide what to do. That's another secure, sort of secure, not in the long run, because we know the Japan and USA are with these interest rates going up to 5.5%. In 2 years, 3 years time, they will be both bankrupt. Their budget needs to be made completely of interest payments. So that's the situation at 5.5% interest. Right now, it's still around 3.5% because of previous years coming payment maturities. It's still around 3%. But in 3 year time, just the coming next 3 years, 50% of American bonds will mature. So they will have to close them, and then if they want to renew them, it's 5%, 550. That's a perfect way to go into bankruptcy. So the wars are good opportunities for political people to distract people and to find reasons to reset, not the reset that they've been talking about, to reset the economies to the start again, gain another 20 years, okay? So be careful, stay on the sidelines, make, safe haven investments. Yes, I wish you all good night. We'll see what comes tonight from the Fed meeting, the Birds and Associates Bird Watchers meeting. Will it be a dove? Will it be a hawk? or will it be a buzzard? See you all tomorrow.